Testing microphone 1 2. Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? Surprised myself a little bit there with what I was doing. So let me come back over here. I was in the process of getting everything set up and I hit the wrong button. So you know how that goes. Let's see, I want to put this one over here. I want to put this one over here. And I want to put this one over here. And I guess I'll keep an eye on this one right here. See, I think I might want to do this though instead. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to put this one here. Make this a little bit smaller. Can I make this smaller? I cannot. I don't know why it kind of gives me that option to do that. And then it takes it away from me. Make my stream preview over here. Like so. Yes, I don't think I need this out. I think I just do this up here. And then do this here. Like this. That's better. That's actually better. And then what I could do is I could pull this over here, put this over here, and then put my stream health over here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. If I do want to type something in chat, it's basically going to override those. Good evening, gamers. That's good. I do want to bring that up. I do want to bring stream health up, and I do want to bring up my stream preview right there. Okay, I want to put that right there. And then I want to hop over here and go here and here. Okay, so we're going to try this out. Turn back here. We're going to go here. Adobe right there. And then the game screen should be coming up soon right there. Okay. This is much better. I'm wondering though if for this, if for the Adobe screen, it might be better if it might be better if my camera was up here in the corner. Let's see. Might be better up here. Because that way I don't think I'm covering as much text. So let's see how that works out. Yeah, for some reason these windows are unlocked. Page numbers. Yeah, there's still some text missing over there. So actually I think it is better over here. Okay. Let's come down here and click on that again. Drag this back down over here. Click on that. Yeah, I think that's better. It's just little me down here. But it's big me right there. And take those off because I don't need those on because I'm not playing a game that requires audio for me to hear the audio. I'm going to pop open a ginger ale. And then I got some nuts here also and some water. So, welcome to Fields of Fire. This is the game. And we are on turn 3. Just started. Let's look at the situation. Got a VOF here, VOF here, VOF here. So that means we are engaged because we have 2 or more occupied cards that are under VOF markers. What are VOF markers, you ask? Volume of fire. They are volume of fire markers. Now, we're going to look at this. I'm going to drag this stack up here, actually. We're going to look at this stack. And in the stack, we see that we have a 50 caliber heavy machine gun. So, we can't do anything yet, though, with it until we figure out what we're going to do with these units here. Because there are some damaged units. There's one that's paralyzed, one that's been reduced from a 3-step squad to individual teams. Now, see, why did that move up there? Now, why did that move up there? Oh, because that's how I had it. Oh, forget it. I was wondering why my camera moved up here in the corner. Well, that's because I figured that's the best spot for the camera because it's not covering up much information. So right now, and I'm going to have to, those guys are all pinned. These guys over here are all pinned. These 2 over here. So what I need to do is I need to find out I might have to wait until this retreat segment over here. Retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under VOF marker 1 card. These guys are all pinned. Now I should be able to move them, but that's going to mean putting my remove pin markers of any vehicle or infantry units that are not under VOF marker. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to. Where's my platoon leader? Oh, he's down here. He's undercover. He's undercover with the artillery forward observer. our artillery forward observer can see into this hex through this line of sight right here, through here, into here. So we are going to have him call for, believe it's, believe it's, trying to find out what the, so there's special rules for, there are special rules in the game for artillery. So we call in high explosive, it's a -5 combat modifier. And the artillery forward observer draws 2. Now it doesn't, I haven't seen anything yet in the rules though that tell me about the range of an artillery spotter. Indirect fire missions 57. Let's see if we can get some information on that. Fire missions are requests for support from off-map artillery mortars, airstrikes, and are collectively referred to as fire support. Available when you're including the following details: organizations, available types, VOF, eligible observers, and number of cards allowed, the number of fire missions available. In order to receive a fire support, you must first make an attempt to call for fire action. Target may only attempt to call for fire action on a valid target. For most fire missions, a card with a spotted enemy unit, including one on a jointly occupied card or even the same card as the spotter, is a valid target. The eligible observer must have line of sight to the intended target. It doesn't say if there's a range on that. It just says they have to have line of sight, which we do. Have line of sight to here, to here. So this would actually put this under a, because the fire, according to the rules, the artillery fire is going to be coming in this direction. It's going to be coming in, if you draw a line from the observer to the target, that's the direction the fire is coming in. And so the fire is coming in across this white line here, which indicates that the gun in the trench will only get +1 from the hedgerow, not +2, because the fire is coming in across, it's coming in from the forward observer to the target across this card side right here. So it's going to be a -5. If we can get it to land, it'll be a -5 with a +3. It'll be a -2. But we'll also get a So I have the first sergeant and the platoon HQ here to give that order. Now, if I could pin them or immobilize them somehow, I might be able to get up here and give these guys an order to get out of there. Just give them an order to move maybe into the village. No, because that's got a potential contact into the fields here, ironically enough. The open field here might be the safest card on the board right now, because it's been cleared and there's no fire coming from these two hexes or these two cards right here. My plan was to move here, try to set up a strong point here to attack the objectives right here. So far, I've lost 2 squads in 2 turns. But that's kind of par for the course, depending on what you pull. Because I'm watching this one guy on, he's doing mission 1 and mission 2 on YouTube. And he's pulling for contacts. I think he's been through almost 2 rows. He's gotten 1 contact. Like, I've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I've got 2 contacts. So, I don't know. It's all in the card draw. It's all just random. Okay, I haven't done this yet, so let's do this and see what friendly higher HQ can give us. We're gonna draw a card. We don't get the radio symbol down here, so there's no friendly higher HQ event. And I could show you what those these don't happen because it's not a defensive mission. We're on an offensive mission, so we're into the friendly command phase. I could show you what some of the friendly events are. The company headquarters must spend its first 3 commands to send a report to battalion. The battalion headquarters does not activate the company headquarters this turn. 15th Field Artillery Battalion is unavailable this turn. Now, if you come to, and that's like all of these are like that. All of these. The only good one is the ammo resupply. Place 4 of any one type of ammo on any card of your choice. Okay, sounds reasonable. Now, if we look at the German higher HQ events, remove all map casualties on cards with no U.S. troops. Remove all on-map mortars on cards with no U.S. troops. Remove any leaders on cards with no U.S. troops. Remove any on-map heavy machine guns on cards with no U.S. troops. There's some bad ones here. Move all unpinned units straight back 1 card. Attempt to rally, and then we have counterattack here. Attempt to rally all pinned on-map units and upgrade any unpinned limited action teams. So yeah, I think it's a little bit skewed in favor of, but they have to make it challenging. They have to make it hard. So it's a challenge. So I think we're going to use the first sergeant to do that. But first, what we have to do is we have to activate the company HQ. Draw a card. The company HQ is green, and we get -1 commands. The company HQ is still in the staging area. They're not pinned. They are green, so that's a -1. They're not under a VOF marker. So they get a -1 on the card draw for their commands. They get a 5. That's the first sergeant we were talking about. Because what I want to use the first sergeant for is... Oh, he is undercover, so he gets one more. He gets... Oh, he's veteran. First sergeant is veteran. First sergeant is veteran. So he gets 5 plus 1 for being veteran, plus 1 for being undercover. Down here. He's veteran, he gets +1 card. He's undercover, he gets plus another card. So he gets actually 7 orders. And he can save up to 9. He's my best guy. He's a veteran right here. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get the spend an order to have the artillery fire try to call in artillery observer try to call and fire on this 88. I'm going to spend 1 to do that. I'm going to find out my thing. We're down here. There you go. Reverse. 1 order to do that. And we draw. Let's go over here and look on the thing. We already spent the order. Attempt to call fire from an off-map firing agency. That costs 1 order. Per mission instructions, we get 2 cards. Excuse me. Draw any number of action cards per the mission instructions. Draw a number, not any number. Modified by experience and check for the burst icon. Draw an extra action card if the fire is registered. If the icon is present, call for fire. Prerequisites are met, then the attempt succeeds. Expend an available fire mission. Well, that's what I also needed to do. I need to put a I need to put on that card a I probably had it over here. Is it under here? I don't know what I did with it. That is this one here. It was number 7. No, it was number 10. 88 millimeter with 6 ammo in a trench. So I was trying to remember. I'm just using tank ammo. It's not rocket. It's not machine gun. It's not recoilless. I don't know if you can call it artillery. Yeah, I guess. Flip it over. Rotate it. Oh, I gotta go like this, right? Flip it. Why is it doing that now? Okay, we're just gonna put this one down here. Oh, you know what? I gotta unstep it. I gotta state it back to this. You flip it. Yeah, it just flips over. Maybe it'll let me do it now. It won't let me put it back into that bag right there. But see, I guess it is artillery. But see, the most you can get from that one is, let I'm just going to call it this one. Because this one you can go up to 8. Doesn't matter. I mean, technically, this is my anti-aircraft gun. Okay, he's got 6 ammo. He expended 1 last time. He's down to 5. Because he shot these guys up. So, we are firing. The artillery guy, our forward observer for artillery, I believe, is a line unit. Yeah, he's line. So he gets 2 cards. He gets to draw 2. We're looking for a burst marker on one. And it's short. That's very bad. You gotta be kidding me. Game, I gotta draw another card. I could have drawn this one and then drawn the short. Now, what do I have to take the first one or do I get a choice? Because if I get a choice, I'm taking this one. I think it's probably the first one that applies. And it was the short. You know what that means? It means that our forward observer has called artillery into the wrong card. Our forward observer has called artillery into the card that we're on. Dope. Oh, man. That's a state. No, get rid of this one. State is, now we're going to delete it. Okay. I'm going to grab this one. It is it's a -5. And he spends 1 fire mission trying to blow us all up. So, he's got, for one thing, I'll tell you, now he's got, these aren't organized very well, honestly. So what I'm looking for is a marker that it shows that fire it basically shows that this this hex or this card is zeroed in for fire. Unbelievable. So now I got to try to move these guys. I got to move these guys into the field, I guess. Well, let's do this. Let's do a platoon move. And since all of these guys, except for the first sergeant, I've got to... This is ridiculous, man. This is just totally ridiculous. Okay, first sergeant, you are going to... We are going to... I'm going to bug out. Your second order is to send yourself into the open fields, which is basically our best. That's your second order. I mean, I hope I get enough orders to give the first platoon a I hope I get 2 orders so I can move the first platoon over here. Otherwise, it's going to be a very bad day for them. You're going to look for cover. Draw 2 cards. I moved him? No, I did the order. I moved him, and now I'm looking for cover. So that was 1, 2, and 3. Gosh, man, unbelievable. So what that means, probably don't know what that means. That short means that artillery round is landing on the woods that we are in. We called in the wrong coordinates to the off map guns or whatever that are shooting artillery in, and we gave them the wrong coordinates, and they're shooting at our hex, shooting at us. Well, let's go. We just have to go up here, and we can look under the word. First, we're going to go up here. Look at 1. We're going to go up here, and we're going to put in the word short. One of the inherent dangers of indirect fire is a short round. The complexity of the procedure coupled with the stress of combat means that from time to time, a fire mission does not hit its intended target. If a drawn card contains the burst icon with the word short in it, the fire mission has gone awry. The short draw takes precedence over any other draw made in that call for fire. So even if I had drawn the other one first, you're still required to draw all the cards that are necessary. So this was a draw 2 cards. So even if I'd gotten that other card with the 3 burst icons on it, and then I drew the short card takes precedence over any other draw made in that call for fire. If the firing agency was artillery or mortars, place the pending fire mission marker 1 card closer to the observer along its line of sight, unless the observer is calling in fire on their own position. The observer occupies the target card. In this case, randomly choose an adjacent card and place the pending fire mission marker there. Well, we are not doing that. So we place the pending fire mission marker 1 card closer to the observer along its line of sight. So we don't have to place it on our card. We have to place it on this poor group right here. So now, yeah, they're going to be, unless I can get them off of here. But then what'll happen is that this is going to start shooting at us. This 88 is going to start shooting at us. So I'm going to take these back, except for the 1, because I didn't need to move them. We did call for the fire. We got the short round. I didn't tell him to call for fire. We got the short round. We moved him, which we need to do anyways. I don't know what the third one was that we were going to do. And I think look for cover. We're going to look for cover. Okay, let's look for cover. Oh, he's marked exposed, by the way. Marked exposed. Yes. He's no longer exposed. So it's almost like you have to keep columns of units. They're exposed, not exposed. Okay, so we're going to draw 2 cards, try to find cover. We're looking for the word cover up on the top here. 1, 2. No. So let's tell well, I'm not getting any fire on here. So right now, I don't have to worry about this because I'm not getting any fire. So I think I'll save the rest of my commands. And then we're going to activate second platoon HQ, or first platoon HQ. So the artillery observer is part of the first platoon, and so they are they've been assigned to the first platoon, so they are going with us. Oh, so at least I have enough orders right there. And draw a card. We are green. We're getting one order. But we are under a cover marker. So that means we're getting 2 orders. +1. -1 for being green, +1 for being undercover. That's 2. We're not under a VOF. And we have 2 orders. Now we have 4. First thing is, we are all bugging out. We are all leaving. Get your stuff. We're leaving. You can see here by the highlight here. We are all first platoon. You can see by the highlight on the side of the card here, we're all green. That's first platoon. We're doing a platoon move over here. We're all going to be exposed. But like I said, we're not under fire. That has been cleared. So we picked a bad point for the casualty. Now, let's hope I get some orders so that I can move these guys out. So the reason I moved them is because, first of all, this 88 may just decide to start shooting on us because they have a line of sight to us. So that may just happen in the enemy activity segment over here. So I want to move out. I know they're shooting this way, and I want to get out of there. So, and we're not under fire over here at all. There's a cover marker back here. If they can move over here, that would be great. How many steps do I have in this hex? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 14. 14. I could get these 2 cards over here. 15, 16. The max you can have in a on a card is 16. Okay, so that is that's first platoon. And we're saving the rest. I didn't activate them. I mean, I did activate them. I just didn't flip them. So we're going to save the rest because we're not under fire. We're exposed. This is not going well at all. This is not going well. I don't think I want to deal with this card till next turn. All right, who else is out here? Where's the company HQ? Show stack contents. Third platoon. Repack. Yeah, there's a CO. Now I want to drag him down here. We already activated him. Okay, so the XO and the 3rd platoon and the 2nd platoon have yet to act. This is 2nd platoon. There is a long-range unit here, which that means they can see down here. This map is just awful. Awful. I gotta move into the village. Okay, so if I could safely move into the village, I could order mortar fire here or here. I can't infiltrate. It's going to be a potential contact. I mean, at this point, with this round coming up short, if it had landed here, I had a chance to get a result against this gun. But because it came in short, I have to move out. I have to move out of the hex because if I can't get these guys out of here, and even if I do, say I could get all 3 of them over here, this 88 is going to have a direct line of sight into the woods here, and they're going to start shooting at me. So they're going to start shooting at this big group that I had down here. So I think I'm going to draw for 2nd platoon. And he's green. He gets 3. Not undercover. He gets 2. And that's all he can do. He's got 1 saved. So I'm thinking he orders one of his squads, the one with smoke. Gonna move up here. You're exposed. And okay, depending on how many, that's 1. Now, if I could order him to find, if I could move my HQ up here and then order him to find cover, but then I wouldn't be able to get under the cover. So I'd be exposed. I think we're just going to have to wait. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait because next turn, probably he'll be getting fired at, which will put a VOF on here. And then if there's a VOF on there, I can infiltrate in here, which will leave me not exposed. In the general initiative, if I get enough commands, I can order him to drop smoke and try to find cover. So what's left out here? That was second platoon, right? Yeah, I thought I moved him down here. Save 2 commands. Right? He had 3, -1, +1. Was that a -1, +1? -1. He's not undercover. It's a -1. It was a 2. Is there a cover marker? I don't think there is a cover marker here. No. So I think it was just. It was a 2. Oh, did I have one saved? I probably had one saved, right? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Since 6:30 this morning. Let's see. There are the 3rd platoon. Now see, okay. But let me separate you, okay? XO's down here. You know what? If I were to move the 2nd platoon up here, they'd be out of communication. So I'm going to draw for the XO. XO gets 3, -1 for being green. He's not undercover. So he gets 2. So he is going to move up here to be a link between the company HQ and the platoon HQ, because you know what? See, that is something I need to look at, because the first sergeant the first sergeant does not have a radio. And so he would not have been able to be activated. And that was kind of the whole basis of my turn. So can a unit without the question is, can a unit without a radio that is on a card in the same area as someone with a radio get activated? Or would I have had to move the I'm gonna have to Google that, because I don't know. Well, you guys, you don't see what I'm talking about anyways, because I don't have the right camera up there. That's what I'm talking about. Feels a fire. I don't think they can, so I wouldn't have been able to activate him this turn. And so he could not have commanded the forward observer to make that. Oh man, what a mess. Can a company staff get orders without a radio? Particularly when staff are located with units that have radios. Okay, this is from when? 2022. Activate him for big command points boosts. Yeah, I don't think I can I couldn't have activated him. Can a platoon HQ with can a company staff with no radio get commands from a platoon HQ with a radio in their location? If a subordinate platoon headquarters staff is pinned, can it still be activated by the company if the CO, if both still have radios on the CO net? Okay. If a subordinate platoon HQ or staff is pinned, can it still be activated by the CO if both still have radios on the company or the company net? Neither in cover. I know they didn't really handle it. It's been brother. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? You know what? He wouldn't have been able to get orders anyways because he's undercover. So he would not have been able to get orders. He would have had to come out from undercover, get the order, which he can't because he doesn't have a radio. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for this. Maybe I'm too old for this. I think, I think I'm just gonna start over because I've totally messed this up. I think I've messed it up really without any hope of recovering it. Because I got it. That's another question I have. Um, let me go back to the. Let me go back into the manual. Take a look. Command and control action communication 27. I actually could use a runner, right? I could use a runner with the but then I'd have to activate the HQ. He'd have to spend an order to generate a runner. So he'd have to run into that hex. Networks. I mean, it seems to me like they're in the same location. But the thing is, the platoon HQ would have to the platoon HQ would have to get an order, give itself an order to leave the cover to get orders from the HQ, the company HQ, and then it would have to it would have to leave the cover, get orders from the company HQ, then have to go back. He'd have to have an order available because he can't get orders from the company HQ, so he can't leave the cover if he doesn't have any orders. Gosh, man. But does that answer the question? I guess I could just throw pyrotechnics over on that open field card. Radios enable communication between units out of visual verbal communication. Our units and other cards are off-map units in different areas of the same card under different cover marks and pinned units. Radio communication only within line of sight. Early handheld radios do not work from under cover markers. Yeah, so it's like you really can't keep your leaders undercover. Do they can't communicate? They can't get orders. So these these rules here are very concise. These radio telephones. Both units must be unpinned. So the company is due to activate a subordinate headquarters and staff in the following turn. With the corresponding actions ordered by the company HQ. Radio telephones communicate only on assigned networks. Each phone and radio counter shows the network to which it belongs. You can have units exchanged, lost, or destroyed. Radio telephones network costs one command each. I mean, regimental staff. Well, so right there, I see a major problem with using the field phone itself. The field phone counter itself acts as a phone line for the purposes of extending the network. So I think the way to go is with phones, because I mean, in my situation up here, I can't. I was under the cover marker. I can't be activated because I'm under the cover marker. So, I mean, in that case, you're like screwed. You know, I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's like, you know, he's got enough to activate everybody, but can't activate the what was in here was the first platoon commander and the staff sergeant. Can't activate them. Why? Because they're undercover. They're in line of sight. They're one card over, but they can't be activated because they're undercover. Now, it's like if they have an order available, say they had an order available, first platoon had an order available, he'd have to be activated, but the company HQ can't activate them because they're not. Yeah, yeah, phones. I'm not even going to save this one. I'm just going to have to start over. Let's see. I will be right back. Go back here, workshop. That was a fire. I mean, I knew this was going to be an issue. I mean, just trying to wrap your head around how this whole um, communication thing works. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty straight. Got brand new cards here, brand new terrain, brand new everything. So, um, brand new command display, brand new this and that, but we're going to get phone lines. And I might just spend the stream setting this up. Radios are just too much. You can't connect them. So again, I think the left side of the map, right? Got the most cover. Over here, you've got these open fields. You got this orchard. You got this orchard here. Not good cover. The church should be good if we could move up here and then get into the church. But I think getting in the village on this hill, getting into this gully here, that would be ideal. Yeah, I don't know. That's having here we go. I just started this up again. Sorry. I just went in, I clicked on the thing and it came up with this map. Reset everything over here. We're going to do the 50 caliber is going to go to the first platoon. This one's going to go to the first platoon is going to get one of these. Second platoon is going to get the these. Second machine gun's going to go to the third platoon. Third platoon. Yeah, I mean, I just completely botched that up. And I honestly don't know. I'm going to do all this again. Gosh. I honestly don't know how you do that with radios without, because your CO activates. He gets the orders, he activates the commands, he activates the executive officer, he activates the first platoon, second platoon, third platoon, executive officer. He activates all these commands that are below him. But if they are not in this, if they're in a different area, say they're up here in the woods and they're undercover, and he's on a different card, he can't communicate with them. So how's he supposed to activate him? you can't, they can't be undercover. They're constantly exposed. I guess that's supposed to be like to show, you know, how historically accurate this is. So the basic level of communication is visual verbal. Um, both units must be unpinned and both must be in the same area of a card, under the same cover marker, in the out of cover area, or they're in the same building area of an urban terrain card. Now, runners allow a company HQ to activate its subordinate HQs and staff on the following turn if the runner is not hit or pinned in the intervening combat phase. They move automatically with a CO HQ, can be dispatched and dismissed with the corresponding actions ordered by the CO HQ. Have the company HQ spend a command to dispatch a runner if there's one available and place the runner next to the platoon HQ or staff you wish to activate next turn. You have to wait a whole turn with the runners. Field telephones enable communication between units out of visual verbal communication, that is, units on other cards or off map, units in different areas, different cover markers of the same card, and pinned units. I mean, I know I looked at this earlier. Field phones must be connected by phone lines. So all the staging area have phone lines hypothetically running out of them. Phone network A shows 4 units in communication with the company HQ. I believe is right here. All units are in communication due to the network of phones, placed phone lines, and the integrated staging area phone lines. And the phone itself serves as a hub or whatever, a connection. So you see phone lines up here. This phone is connected to this phone. This phone's connected to this phone line, and this phone line's connected to this phone. Phone network B shows 4 units of communication with the company HQ. The company HQ is the hub of the company TAC network, and as such, no connection to the staging area is necessary. Now, this is radio, but for one thing, they don't show you. So I'm assuming that even if you're up here and you're undercover, you're still connected. Delta is connected by an overseeing of phone lines markers. Phone line markers or other phones. Any number of phone networks may be supported by a given phone line. Company's HQ phone must be part of the connection for the company tech. The HQ's phone must be part of the connection. Other networks must connect to the staging area. Units assigned phone lines may lay down one phone line marker per card. This does not require an order. This does not require an order. Okay. And occurs automatically when a laying unit leaves a card. Oh, because it doesn't happen automatically, because if this unit was here, it would be in communication. It lays down the phone line when it leaves to remain in communication, to remain connected to the network. Combat damage to phone lines, airstrike, volume of fire, probably artillery hits it. If the last or only step of unit with a phone becomes a casualty, I mean, you can see here, radios. This is it. Very simple. Radio network A shows 4 units in communication with the CO HQ and 3 out of communication units. There is a line of sight from the staging area to the map, so communication with the SCR 536 is possible. The company HQ is the hub of the network, and as such, units without line of sight to the company HQ may not communicate with one another. They don't have line of sight. They don't have line of sight. They're undercover. Right next door, but they're undercover, so they don't have communication. So how is the CEO supposed to activate this unit? They're not. So basically what was going to happen in that, what was going to happen on that card was potentially I was going to get blasted by that 88, that whole card, because I had the first sergeant there, I had the platoon HQ there, first platoon HQ, and they were undercover. They were not in communication with the company HQ. So they were just going to sit there until the initiative phase and then try to make some moves to get out of there. So and the company, this the first sergeant didn't have the commands. He might have had commands. He didn't have the commands to tell the forward observer to try to call in that fire. That was a mess. Let's try the phone lines. So let's see, how many phone lines do we get? Oh man, I got to start all over with this. I want to toggle you unlocked and grab you and bring you over here and let you fall down here and then lock you back up. I'm going to do the same thing with you. I want to unlock you, grab you before you hit the ground, and we're going to flip you. I'll just lock you back up for now. Oh. Let's see, they're all going to get, we're going to get an artillery observer. Probably going to go again with you. We're going to get the anti-tank stuff. You. We're going to get the 50. You're going to take that one. You're going to take that one. You're going to take that one. We're going to take the mortar section. Probably give the mortar section to you. No engineers. All you guys can come down here. All you guys can come here. Stack contents. Repack it. We're gonna I think we're gonna do you, toggle you green again. You're gonna be the point platoon. We're gonna take the FO though, and we're gonna make him purple. I think. Show stack contents. Oh no, I just want to make him purple. Tint purple. Repack. Come down here. You are going to be blue. I think I might play some Timberborn tomorrow if I stream. Because Timberborn is a great game. It's a colony builder. And it has a new update out. And I have played it on the stream before, a long time ago. But you were going to make red. Because I think at this point, my brain is just a little bit fried with Fields of Fire. Great game. Lots of fun to play. Well, I wanted to make the whole stack red. White. I'm selecting the whole stack. I want to make the whole stack red. It did. Okay. I want to make the whole stack green and then make one of them okay, but then I want to make one of them purple. This one here. Color tint purple. Okay. Then I want to make all you guys purple. Color tint purple. Okay. So they've got all of their assets. Got all the assets. They got everything they need. I need to assign the radios. He gets the battalion radio. He gets the It's this radio. All these guys get a radio. Let's see. The EXO gets a radio. I think I'm gonna give the first sergeant a radio. And then the mortar section. But I don't know if I can do that because it's already assigned the radios here. It's already assigned the radios. And first sergeant just doesn't get one. So I think something I was reading was saying that you just have to use the initiative phase to kind of stack up the first sergeant's orders and have him accumulate because he's veteran. Just have him keep accumulating orders, accumulating orders, accumulating orders. I gotta remember. I like to send the first squad out initially. So I gotta give them the smoke because they're the point. They're the point squad in all of these platoons. First sergeant's gonna get smoke. Each of the platoons gets white phosphorus. And the first sergeant. And we'll give this to the XO. He gets white phosphorus. Oh, here they are. Here's the mortar concentration markers. Each of the platoons gets a rifle grenade. Not that one. Not that one. I don't know where that one. I don't know how I got that one and picked that one up. But I'm picking from here. Let's see, what time is it? It is 20 minutes till 11. I'm going to be going offline pretty soon. Because then I gotta give them phone lines too, right? How about a phone line to first squad, second squad. I think they said we could have 4. Third squad and the XO. What does it say about? Well, you know what? It's saying the following is your starting company for the campaign. The TAC radios. There's no phone lines. I think there's a thing in here though about communication. Campaign special rules. No, maybe that wasn't on this one. It says they have attack radios. So I don't know if you can actually substitute the phones in there. Communications. Okay, the SCR 536 radios making up the TAC network may be replaced by EE8 field phones in each offensive mission. Four phone lines are provided as assets in each mission if phones are used. Other networks remain on radios. Phones are not available for combat patrols. Some missions, the option to mount the RD radio in a Jeep may be available. The Jeep can only carry a single step. The Jeep is selected. The radio cannot be used as a transportable man pack until the next mission. All right. So I can switch out the EE8s. Where's the EE8s? They're not out here. Hmm. Four phone lines. It's the EE8 phone, which are not over here. So I guess I'll have to go dig for them in the yeah, the designer said all the stuff that you would need for the mission is out here. I don't see it all. I have to come up here. See, all the counters are gone. I don't see any radios in there. There's some radios, but not the EE8s. Now I know I've seen the EE8s in the Vassal. I've seen the EE8s in the Vassal module. I don't know why they wouldn't have them over here. This bag is empty. Are there any bags over here? I mean, I could just say these are EE8s, right? Well, maybe if you flip them. Let's see if you flip them. There it is. Okay. Okay, just get rid of one of these then. Okay, flip that to the phone, the phone, the phone, the phone, the phone. And the forward observer gets this to lug around. I'm just going to put it on his card. He's carrying this around. So they've each got a phone line that they will lay down when they leave. But you don't want to have that, though, I don't think, because then we already decided we're going up this side. So we're looking at over here, this being the attack point. This gully draw up on this hill is going to be the attack point. And then I guess it doesn't matter which hedgerow is. So this will be the primary objective. Be the secondary objective. Over here. I'm going to do the pyrotechnics. Red smoke is ceasefire. Green smoke is I'm gonna go. Green smoke is cross phase line 1. I didn't use any. I'm gonna put this casualty election point right there. I did not use any pyrotechnics in that last turn, that last game. Phase line 2. Line of departure, we're going to put, can I unlock that? Yeah, put this over here. Lock it. I'm going to lock this one. I'm going to lock this one. Lock this one. Man, I messed that one up. I think we're going to move up through here. Up through here. So I want first platoon over here. I want to get the machine gun in this village right here. Up on this hill. They can't see this way. They could see through here if they get a machine gun up in here. But again, gully draw on a hill, line of sight would go through, except the hill blocks line of sight. And we can see over this hedgerow into this hedgerow. So machine gunning getting here is priority. Open field can stay there. Church can stay there. I do need to eventually clear all these out, but I'm going to focus on these two right here. And so these 6 cards right here, I'm going to focus on. Then I'll need to come back and take care of those. All right. Second platoon. I'm going to put you here. Third platoon is going to be in reserve over here. First sergeant does not have a radio, so he's just going to have to use whatever initiative commands he gets. He's just going to have to use whatever initiative commands he gets. Pyrotechnics, green smoke can go to the XL. Red smoke can go to the CO. Yellow smoke can be what? Phase line 2. And that can go to the XO. First sergeant, since first sergeants may not have many orders. Purple smoke will be green is going to be green parachute can be infiltrate attack point from attack point to primary objective. Green star cluster can be infiltrate to from attack point to secondary objective. Red star parachute can be red star parachute can be purple smoke. Purple smoke is going to be moved to the signal. Red star parachute is going to be moved to green star parachute. Red star parachute is going to be moved to there's nothing that says move to attack point. Cross phase line 1, cross phase line 2, move to primary objective, move to secondary objective, infiltrate from attack point to primary objective, move to secondary objective, infiltrate from attack point to secondary objective. But there is no I thought there was one that was going to be moved to attack point. I guess that's what you'd use move to signal for. How about the CO is also going to get the I think the CO is going to get the yellow smoke for moving the attack points. The first sergeant's going to get the move to he's going to get the 2 oh yeah, I'm going to change these. Move to infiltrate from attack point. Red cluster, I want that to be infiltrate from attack point to the move to primary objective, infiltrate from the attack point to the primary objective. This one's going to be moved to secondary objective. The green parachute will be moved to the secondary objective. The green star cluster will be infiltrate from the attack point to the secondary objective. I think so. I just got to distribute those. All right, so what's the purple smoke? Move to signal. So these, the aerial ones, these are the aerial ones. They can be deployed to an adjacent card. The smoke has to be deployed on the card that's being. So actually, if we use the purple smoke for move to signal, then that could be placed on the attack point right here. Now, they say in the rules that once these things are signaled, that every unit within line of sight has to make an attempt to perform that order. These are like orders. These aren't like optional. Like, well, I want to fire this off for these guys. This game is just so intricate. It's just so intricate. So the parachutes are for moving to attack point. Infiltrating to the red star cluster, the green star cluster. We're going to give green star and red star cluster to the CO. The CO, I think, is just going to hang down here. And then he could fire that cluster in here to tell them to attack, to move from the attack position and move into both of those. The red star parachute, the green star parachute, I think are going to go to probably the EXO will get one, and the sergeant will get one, I guess. I don't know. I think that's it. We got these. They all got their radios. We got the mortar section, which has ammo and a radio. You can see over here where the platoon leaders are green. The company headquarters is green. The EXO is green. The sergeant is veteran. So we're not starting here. Where do I want these guys to move? First sergeant is going to be with first platoon. EXO will be with the third platoon, second platoon. So basically, we're going to move up here. I'm going to clear these woods in this village. Oh, you know what? I want you over here. Oh no, I got them right. It's first platoon. Yeah, first platoon. I want to be the point platoon. What am I doing? I'm getting confused already, and I haven't even started yet. G. I want first sergeant. I want first sergeant over here. XO can come over here. Company HQ can be here. Let's see who can see this. See us up on this hill. They can see us up on the hill from here. They can see us up on the hill from here. From here. They can see us up on the hill from here. From here. So to be very careful moving forward into these areas because everybody can see on top of this hill. Okay. Let's wing it. Hope I don't mess up. Hopefully the phones I don't mess up. I don't do this until turn 2. We don't do this because it's not a defensive mission. We start by activating the company CO. And the way we do that is, again, let's just shuffle these just for fun. We're under no contact. We are going to activate the company CO. And he's going to draw for cards. He is green, so he gets one less. We're under no contact. He gets one more, and so he gets whatever we draw. He gets a 3. Getting terrible card draws. He's going to activate the first platoon, second platoon, and the let's activate the first sergeant. Start building up some orders for him. Okay, first platoon is green. They get one less. We're under no contact. They get one more, so they get whatever they draw. 2. Unbelievable. So he already used all 3. 1, 2, 3. So he is going, the second platoon is going to order the first squad. There. And hopefully the first squad, when they, they'll be able to deploy some smoke. I may or may not have them deploy smoke because I might want to save that for that A card right there. All right, so that is one order for the first platoon, and they're going to save their second order. Second platoon, we're going to draw a card for them. They are green. There's no contact. They get 4. They get 4. They're going to do the same thing. We're going to activate the, we're going to order the, wait, I just did that wrong because I'm a dope. Grab the wrong one. I usually have left to right. Got to pay more attention. We're going to do the same thing with you, but you only, just stop. Okay. First platoon, you got one order left. Second platoon, you have 4 orders. We just used 1. First platoon had 2 orders. They sent this guy up here. He's now exposed. I just did it backwards, basically. What's this potential contact doing up there? I like these down in the corner here because I got lots of cards and stuff up here. So first platoon got 2 orders. They sent a squad up here as 1 order, and then they saved an order. Second platoon got 4 orders. They sent a squad up here, and they saved their other 3 orders, which is what this looks like over here right now. First sergeant, we're activating the first sergeant. I'm just going to give him a bunch of orders, hopefully. He is, we're under no contact, that's +1. He is veteran, that's +2 cards. And he gets 4 orders. And he's going to sit on 4 orders. And that is the activation segment. But third platoon and then the XO need to get activated. So what they do is they come down to this phase down here. That was the platoon HQ company staff impulse. Now we're coming down here. Company HQ was activated. Now we're coming down to the platoon HQ. Third platoon was not activated. So they get to draw an action card and give it the modified number of initiative commands. So again, he's green. We're not under contact. We have no contact, so that is 0. We're going to draw a card and look at this number down here, and we get 4 commands. And first platoon, they're green. They can only save 3 commands. So do we want to do anything with third platoon? Even though he's in reserve, I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull a show this contents. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. There's 1 command there. You have 4 commands. Use 1 command to, well, flip them over. Use 1 command to, oh, you know what? He didn't have any. Oh, yeah, we're doing initiative phase right now. What am I doing? Okay, so he had 4 commands. He used 1 command to send the squad up here. They are going to be exposed. And then he's going to bank the rest of his commands because he's green. He can only save 3 commands. Then we're going to activate the XO because we're in that phase where we do the company staff. So that select company staff that was not activated, and they get 1 command. Give it 1 command. So we're going to give the XO 1 command, and we're going to save it. And now we're going to roll for initiative, or for general initiative, and see what we get. We're going to draw a card. We get 2 commands. General initiative. So I think the first thing we want to do is we want to try to find a strong building in this, in the village. So we're going to have this squad look for cover. They're going to draw 4 cards. And we're looking for the word cover on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't find any. So next we will do, I said I was going to leave this open, but let's try to find cover on the woods card. Again, we're going to draw 4 cards right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. They do find cover twice. So they get to go into cover on the card. stack contents, read back. Okay. So they do find cover. So that's the initiative, the general initiative phase. You know what? There was only one command. Let's retreat. So that one isn't in cover. Equal to the unmodified initiative commands. So there was only one initiative command down there. No, there wasn't. Why? Because I drew cards. I drew 8 cards. Gosh, man. I gotta trust some of the things that I do. I have to trust. Because otherwise you just keep going back and forth like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? I think that's part of the playing the game. At least this part of it here is just getting comfortable with the 10% of the rules that are used 90% of the time. The 10% of the rules that are used 90% of the time. Because I'll tell you, trying to figure out the 90% of the rules that are, it's getting comfortable with the 90% of the rules. I'm tired. Can't even think. Getting comfortable, and you just play over and over and over and over and over, getting comfortable with the 90% of the rules. Oh no. Getting comfortable with the 10% of the rules that you use 90% of the time. So the rules like activation, movement, potential contact resolution, stuff like that. You're going to use those 10% of the rules, you're going to use those 90% of the time. But the 90% of the rules that you only use 10% of the time, depending on the situation, those are the rules that that's when you do a deep dive. You do a deep dive into the rule book. You're doing a deep dive into the internet, Board Game Geek, GMT's website, all that to try to find answers for those 10% of the rules that are used. 90% of the 10% of the rules. I got to write this down. I got to write it down. The 90% of the rules that are used, the 10% of the rules, it's silly. My daughter would be laughing at me right now. She'd be like, Dad. I need coffee, but like it's almost bedtime. I'm not going to drink coffee. I need to write it down. You use 10% of the rules 90% of the time. 90% of the rules you only use 10% of the time. But when you have to find out and get like a legal ruling on what the rule means and its interpretation, all that, on one of those 90% of the rules, it takes a lot more than 10% of your time to do that. You're doing deep dives 15, 20 minutes into the rule book, looking online, reading stuff. It's like Advanced Squad Leader. So for me, it's just a matter of getting comfortable with the 10% of the rules that you use 90% of the time. And that's what this is. Resolving contacts, moving, issuing orders, stuff like that. It's those are the rules that you use all the time. Every turn, you're going to be using those rules. And the other 90% of the rules, they're going to come up and you're going to go, oh man, how do I resolve that? What do I do with that? And that can pull you away from the game. And for me, at least, it can be confusing because I go back to the game and I'm like, where was I? Where was I? Whose orders were they? Who's the whole 9 yards? But anyway, so that I think is the initiative segment. We did get 2 orders in the initiative segment, and we gave them to find cover, did, didn't. Find cover, 5 cover, didn't, did. All right, so we don't do this one this turn. It doesn't start until turn 2. We don't do that. We don't do this. We don't do any of this. We do this. Potential contact evaluation. For each card with a PC marker and a friendly unit, draw the number of action cards indicated on the potential contact draw chart based on the PC marker and the current activity level. If a card states contact with the enemy has been made, determine the enemy package to use and placement per 8-3. So we are under no contact. PC marker C, we have to draw 4 cards. We have to resolve these randomly. 1, 2, 3. So what we do is we draw a card, we look under the 3, and it's a 3. So we're going to resolve this one first, and we're going to note that by putting this up here. We're working on this card right here. So we have to draw 4 cards. We're not looking for the word contact. We don't want to see the word contact, but I can almost guarantee you that each one of these will have the word contact. So we're drawing 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that one did not. I'm pretty happy about that. So we're going to delete. We're going to send this one back to the bag because there are a limited number of these, and at some point they may come up again that we need to place a potential contact marker, potential contact C marker, and we need to have them available down here to put those down when we need them. Okay, so now we're going to draw a card, and we're looking under the number 2 for 1, 2 that we have to resolve next. We get a 1. So we're going to do this one. Again, we have no contact. We're drawing 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's no contact on that card. Interesting. Oh, I deleted it. Oh, it sent it down here anyways. That's good. Because I am a noob. So we only have 1 card left to resolve, this one here. And again, we're going to draw 4 cards. We're not under contact. We're just going to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got contact on the 3rd card. So we're going to resolve this contact and see where it is. The way we do that is we come over here to the German contact page. And we're going to draw a card on the German contact packages. We're going to draw a card for PCC, and we're going to draw a card, and we're going to look under the number 10 and see what the random number is under the number 10. Did I draw a card? Yeah, no, I didn't, because I thought I clicked on it. Draw a card. Okay. The number 10 is a 5. You come over here, you look for under the PCC, you look for 5, and that's 3 to 6. So we're going to put down package number 2. Package number 2 is incoming. There's artillery fire incoming. It is a, we have to draw randomly to see if it's artillery or a mortar. And there's a spotter in a trench at max line of sight. We're going to place a VOF. The spotter is not spotted. So we're going to, we got to find out if it's an artillery spotter or a mortar spotter. So we're going to draw a random card. 1, 2. We're going to look under 2 and see what it is. It is a 2, so it's a mortar, which is the better. We're going to put a -3 VOF on the card. Place VOF. It's not the right one. So we're just going to take this one off of here. I think I have to go over and grab it. That one we can delete. We're going to go over and grab the -3. And this one is actually a volume of fire, so we flip it over. So there is -3 volume of fire coming in on this card in the next phase. Now we have to put down a spotter in a trench. So there's a trench. It's going to show up here somewhere. Now I think we're here, first level. We can't see into this card right here. So this is where this, we can see over this card and into this card, but we can't see past it because of this green line right here. So we're going to get a mortar spotter. Number 1 mortar spotter. He is unspotted in a trench. Unspotted in a trench on that card right there. Yeah, he was what? Whatever we got. We got package 2. So package 2 is incoming, mortar, 3 VOF, spotter in a trench. He's not spotted. We place the VOF, and we place the spotter where he's supposed to be, back here. So this is going to be a challenge because this spotter is just going to keep calling fire in. And we're trying to establish this as like a base of operations to move up here. We're going to have squads coming through here, the platoons coming through here. So that's contact's been resolved. So no contact here, no contact here. We do have contact here. So that is a potential contact phase done. We don't have any pinned units, so now we go right into combat effects. So we have 1 card with a VOF on it. Now we can't fire at this unit because it's unspotted. But if I can get, well, actually I could order, if this squad survives, I could order them to try to spot this unit because we have line of sight to it. It has line of sight to us. We have line of sight to it. So this is going to be a -2. Resolving this. We got -3 plus -2 is -5 with a +3. So this is going to be a -2. It's probably going to be a hit, and this squad's going to be broken apart. So let's draw a card on, because that we don't have to do anything randomly. And actually, you don't do them randomly anyways because they just tell you when you're resolving combat. You go left to right and top to bottom. And this is the only one that has a VOF, the only card that has a VOF on it. So we're going to draw a card and look at the -2 over here. It is a hit. Now we're going to draw another card and we're going to see this is a green unit. No, it's a line unit. The commanders are green. These guys are line. I should have popped that smoke instead of instead of searching for cover. I should have popped the smoke because then I would have been a negative. I would have been a 0. It still would have been a hit. But I mean, that's why I brought the first platoon up here. That's why I gave the first platoons in the the first squad. That's why I gave the first squad in each platoon. I gave them the smoke, and I moved them all forward so they'd have smoke. But I mean, I figured this one, -3 is really good cover. Anyways, it's hit. Let's see what the resolution is. There are 2 casualties. 2 casualties. So this guy's pretty much wiped out then. Pull a casualty. And these guys basically, the casualties just kind of sit there until somebody picks them up. Pull another casualty. And then this guy gets turned into an assault team. And they are exposed. They're all pinned. They're still exposed. And then this guy just goes bye-bye. Units eliminated. Casualties evacuated. Now I can reconstitute this, but you can't reconstitute it with casualties. These guys just happen to be on the card with the collection point. So I don't know if I have to physically move them to the collection point, or I can just say they're on the card with the collection point. Good to go. And actually, I'm going to take casualties or casualties. They're basically incapacitated, I think is what the word they use. They're incapacitated. So they don't do anything. They just need to be evacuated. And then you can get points for that. And you can get experience points for that if you evacuate them. But I don't know. We're going to have fire on here for a long time. We're going to have fire on this. Because he's going to probably keep shooting up here as long as there's units on it. But, and I can't, I'm going to have to come up this way. I'm going to just have to come straight up this way. Because can't see out of this. As long as there's an incoming marker on here, you can't see out of it. This incoming marker will not go away until the fire mission update segment. So even in all the action phase, I cannot use this card to spot. I can't see out of this card. And then if this unit up here gets another, I think they get 2 calls for fire. The next time they actually have to draw cards to try to get an artillery round to come down. But as long as there's a VO, so in that case, if they did actually call in fire next turn, up here, we would remove the existing incoming marker and then flip over the pending marker to the incoming side. So basically you can kind of lock down as long as they can successfully keep calling fire into this card. You can lock this card down so that no units can see out of here to spot them. So you're kind of screwed with that. So I guess it's just going to be coming up this way. It's going to be coming up this way to the attack point. That's really the only thing that we have at this point. They are pinned. Already marked them pinned. Yes. Draw an action card. Unit hit. Draw another action card. Update ammo levels. Okay, so this one, their ammo level is going to be, I gotta look that up. Mortar. You know what? I should have actually, I should have drawn for unit placement. So I didn't do that. So I might have to replace that. It's still going to be effective. So we're going to draw on an 8. I might have gotten a different card on an 8. It's a 7. 7 is right front. So actually the mortar is over here. Everything's over here. You can still see because these guys are up on a hill. You can still see. I can see over the orchard. I guess one card you can see. So this is considered level 1. It's on a level 1 hill, and so it can see over one card to the next card. It can't see beyond that, especially because this card has a green border on it. So yeah, so that's the only thing I needed to draw for the direction where the contact was coming from. But I also want to find out on these mortars how many attacks they get. See, it would have been sweet if I could have found cover in there, because then I could have rolled on this and gotten additional, potentially up to 3 additional cover. That would have been 6. And so that incoming may not have affected me so badly. German squads, German 81mm mortar section. Breaks down into 2 mortar teams and 1 generic fire team, but they're not on the board. All we have is a spotter. Not talking anything in here about mortar spotters. It did say something though about getting calling for additional fire. That wasn't in woods, was it? It's from an orchard. That's fine. Engineers. They have 4 fire missions. They have 1 fire mission of white phosphorus. Next line of sight. This is a different mission. I must have read it in the manual. Oh, you guys, I am so sorry. Let me show you what happened. So we resolved all these. We resolved this one. No contact. We resolved this one. No contact. And then this was the last one we resolved. And of course, because it was in the village where we want to find a strong building and maybe a tower. I don't know if we can on this one, maybe not. And because we have great line of sight and we really want to control this village because it's up on this hill. Nope. We had we had contact on this card here from a mortar team over here. Well, a mortar spotter over here. We pulled this package. Not this one. We pulled this one, incoming. We drew randomly artillery, mortar. We drew a random 1, 2, and we got the 2. So we got the mortar, -3, spotter and trench. We placed the -3 VOF. It's not spotted. Incoming VOF on triggering card spotter at maximum line of sight. So we put the spotter down over here because I figure we're up on a first level hill. We can see over one card into the next card, but not over this card into the next card after that because it's only a single level hill. So this guy's unspotted. He's raining fire down on us. We got hit, 2 casualties. This is now a pinned assault team. Yeah, it was nasty. So that's going to stay on there. I was explaining to everybody how that's going to stay on there. And this unit, the only unit that's still alive, basically, they cannot see out of this card. They cannot see out of this card. So they are basically blind. Any unit that I moved into this card to try to spot these guys over here, can't see them because you can't see out of a card that has an incoming. Now units can still see into the card. This mortar spotter can still see into this card. Units here can still see into this card, but this unit cannot see out of the card. There's no line of sight beyond the card. So it's a mess already. So basically I was going to use this as a base of operations, get the high ground, get fire this way, fire this way, fire this way, fire this way. But no, that's not going to happen now because I do need to try to find out subsequent fire from this guy here. And I apologize for not having the correct camera up. I think tomorrow, if I stream tomorrow, I'm going to play Timberborn. I've been playing this now for like 2 weeks straight, every stream. I'm getting a little burned out on it. It's a great game. I bought the game, $100, the deluxe edition. I don't deny it's a great game, but for right now, I'm just my brain's kind of fried on all this stuff. I need to look up about enemy spotters. Potential contact, any contact, location of enemy contact. Indirect fire spotters, 67. So that is off-board artillery. So he's calling in fire from this direction up here. It's coming across the green card, so yeah, or the green thing here. Enemy indirect fire spotters. Like the sniper, enemy spotters are not governed by the enemy activity hierarchy, but by their own rules as described below. However, if pinned or reduced to an LAT, enemy spotters then follow the enemy pinned LAT activity hierarchy. When an incoming package is triggered, place an activated incoming VOF marker and target marker if applicable as per 7165. We'll have to look at that one here in a couple of minutes after I read this. on the same card as the unit which triggered the incoming package. The initial fire happens automatically without the need for a draw. Provided the spotter remains in good order and has fire missions remaining, it continues to attempt to call for fire on cards with opposing units in the enemy activity check of subsequent turns with the following priority. Units in the same card as the target marker. I've already been through this. I know I've been through this before. I'm like, I gotta look. I know I've looked this one up before. If no target exists, the spotter does nothing. The number of cards you're told to draw already takes enemy experience levels into account. Now, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Over here in the enemy package thing, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how many fire missions the spotter gets. It doesn't tell me. Here we go. Mortar spotters have 2 missions and draw 4 cards for the second mission. That's what I needed to know. So I need to get a marker over here. He's already used 1 mission. So now if I can successfully move him off this card next turn, he won't have any targets. He won't fire. What do I want to do? I need mortar. Mortar ammo. Oh, mortar fire missions. Got 2. You only got 1 left. You got 1 left, buddy. Better make it count. He's already used 1. That's part of it too, is all this stuff. I mean, look at all this stuff. All this stuff on here. All this stuff. You got to remember where all of it is. All this stuff in here, 96-page rule booklet. You got to remember where all this stuff is. Because I remember I saw this earlier today. I saw this earlier today when I was playing that the same scenario, just different. Anyways, mortar spotters have 2 missions, drop 4 cards for the second mission. Now, I guess he just hangs out here until somebody moves into that card. I mean, there may be no point. I might actually have to sacrifice this guy. He is still a target. Next turn, he will draw because he can see him. He will draw again for a fire mission. And he might not, the fire mission might not go off. The fire mission might go off. And that would be, he won't be underexposed, so it'll be a -3. He might be able to find cover. So that's what we can hope for. That's probably what we're going to do. I'm not sure if he can look for cover, though. If an assault guy can look for cover. I think they can. I think they can scout out areas. There's the LAT. There's the Yeah, LAT, limited action team limitations. Convert to fire team, supplement squad, reconstitute squad. All actions except platoon, grenade attack, platoon, concentrate fire. So they can search for cover. They are line. All right. So he's got one fire mission left. We didn't have any activity in these two cards. Exposed markers are going to go away when we click on cleanup phase. Okay. Remove pyrotechnic smoke, illumination, expose fire. Evacuate casualties from cars designated for casualty evacuation. And how do we? I wish they gave me a reference here. I wish they gave me a reference. Let's go up here to page 2. We're going to look under casualties. We're going to have to look up the word casualty. There's only 41 references to it. Remove from the map any unit replaced by a generic LAT counter, such as a unit without a named fire team side that becomes a fire team or assault team, or any unit whose final step is converted to a litter team, paralyzed team, or casualty. A friendly unit moved in this way can only be returned via reconstituting. Enemy units are returned to the counter mix. I'm not sure what they're telling us here. Glossary. Casualty selection point. Have all enemy units firing upon cards without valid targets. So that's not going to apply. I think once that mortar team is done with their second order, that's it. They come off the map. Retreat segment, retreat any unpinned, non-exposed litter team plus a casualty. Under VOF marker, one card according to the priority above. Litter team will automatically pick up the casualty if they are in the same area of the card. A litter team without a casualty will not retreat. What happens to casualty cards? Evacuate casualties from cards designated for casualty evacuation. 5.1.7. That might be the place we're looking for. Evacuating casualties. You can gain experience points by successfully evacuating friendly casualties from the map. The instruction for the campaign in your mission book will explain how casualties should be evacuated. Can't you tell me? Can't you tell me, book? Why do I have to go to a different book? You may need to move them to a card designated as a casualty collection point. Evacuate them by helicopter, amphibious transport, or move them to a medevac LZ landing zone with an HQ or staff unit to direct operations. A card can usually be designated as a combat casualty collection point before a mission begins or during the mission with a designated new tactical control action. Location can be switched during the mission, but only one can be in play at a time. Once a casualty has been transported and dropped off at one of these points, that casualty is considered to be evacuated by a notional ambulance or by helicopter. Remove the casualty in the cleanup phase. Place any evacuated casualties in the appropriate holding box on the command display for ease of calculating experience points earned and number of wounded returned to duty for the next mission. We have to look at the instructions for the campaign in our mission book to explain how casualties should be evacuated. All right. That's over here. Special campaign casualty evacuation. Place a casualty collection point, tactical control, anywhere on the map before each mission begins, or set one during play for evacuation of casualties. So I guess what that means is that it means that I have dropped these guys off. I've dropped these guys off over here. Well, I didn't drop them off. Basically, the Germans did. Drop them off over here. And, yeah. Okay. I think that's what we did there. Casualty. Evacuate casualties from cars. Enemies firing at cars without valid ceasefire. Defense mission. Reset mine marker, just VOF, PDF, and activity levels. Oh, that's right. We have an activity level over. I'm glad this was the last one that we resolved, because now we're under contact. We are contact. So the next time we have to resolve one of these, next time we have to resolve like this one, it's going to be 3 cards that we draw instead of 4. And these A's are going to be not automatic, but we have to draw 7 cards. So that's essentially automatic. Or, I mean, yeah, essentially it's automatic. I gotta go to bed. What a game, man. What a game. I mean, this is... Oh, cleanup. I wonder if having this on the card with the casualty collection point, if when I click on cleanup, it will clean that up. It did not. Okay, so I'm just going to grab these and drag them back over here. Did move the game turn marker up. Pinned, not pinned, not pinned. They're not exposed any longer either. This VOF marker stays on there, so basically this point doesn't do me any good. I can't fire on this guy. I can, like I said, I can just sit here and wait until the next fire comes in, and hopefully this guy makes it. And then once that fire comes in, he'll be done. He'll be removed from the map because he doesn't have any ammo left. I think that's probably over here. He's going to be, what's the mortar thing? They said that they use a different hierarchy. Oh, this is what I was looking for. They use a different hierarchy. Multiple cards are spotted opposing units come into view at the same time. Units who are not already engaged open fire according to the following priorities. I didn't even know these were. I was looking in the manual for this. Enemy spotter activity. Good order with no fire missions remaining. Removed from play. That would be, so basically what would happen is he fires his next salvo. If he's successful, if he's not, it's still using his last mission. That would happen in this enemy activity phase on turn 2. And then whether it's, good or not, he's lost his last fire mission. And so then the enemy activity phase in turn 3, he would be removed from play. Where did I find that? I've just had it. Oh, here it is. Because he's good order with no fire missions remaining, he's removed from play. So next turn, he's going to attempt to call for fire on a card in line of sight occupied by opposing units according to the following priority order. Now I got to see if we put a marker down for him. I don't think we do. Spotter's target marker. I wonder if that's going to be in the rule book. Spotter's target marker, page 2. Oh, no. Deep 2, 3, 2. Oh, do. Where's we're dealing with indirect fires 67. Down here. Oh. Number of available missions, the VOF, number of qualified after issue instructions. Unless otherwise stated, the number of cards you're told to draw already takes enemy experience into account. A fire mission is expended only if the call for fire attempt was successful. So if it's not successful, that guy stays down there trying to call fire on us the next turn. So I still can't take that card. And remove good order spotters who have expended all their available fire missions in the next enemy phase. Man. So we know though that if a fire mission is expended only if the call for fire attempt was successful. So that's going to be something. I think that's going to do it for me for right now. I'm kind of done. Reset mind markers and adjust VOF, PDF, and activity levels as a result. Nothing's going to change here. They still got a line of sight here that VOF will stay there until the fire mission update segment of next turn. So we're going to log this up here. I think I'm going to go to bed. 12:03. I got to get up in 6 hours. Is it fun? Yes, it is very fun. Is it frustrating? Yes, it's very frustrating. Why is it frustrating? Because I don't know the rules very well. And even after 12 days of playing this, streaming it, reading the manual, going over and over and over, it's still complicated. Like I said, it's those 90% of the rules, or the here we go again. Here we go again. Hello, chatter. Yeah, it's the rules you use most of the time, like for like movement, the commands and stuff like that, even some of the commands. But the spotting, the combat, those rules it doesn't take too long really to get those rules down. But it's the rules like, okay, mortar team or mortar spotter, enemy mortar spotter. How is that resolved? And it's interesting because I have to come back over here because this is the mission right here. And down here it tells you that you have offboard artillery. And it tells you your offboard artillery is available. High explosive, white phosphorus, the combat modifiers, the artillery draw. If a CO is drawing for to see if we can put fire down, and how many fire missions you have. Okay, that's great. It's very well spelled out, very clear. But when you get over here to the German side, enemy force packages, okay, well, we have an incoming here. We have a spotter in a trench. First of all, you have to do a random draw to see if it's an artillery or a mortar. So you draw a random number. And then you have to come down here once you find out what it is. You're going to find out it's going to be at max line of sight according to this unit placement chart here. We got right front. Okay, so we put them up here on the right front. Okay, in a trench. Okay, it's right from the card that triggered the potential contact. All right, but now it's like you go into you do some more research on this, and it'll say the mission instructions will tell you what to do with them after they do this incoming mission. Is it? Does what they tell you look anything like this? Fire support. And I know they're trying to conserve space. No. It looks like this right down here. Mortar spotters have 2 missions. Draw 4 cards for the second mission. Arty spotters have 2 missions. Draw 3 cards for the second mission. I mean, they could keep it a little consistent. A little consistent. I mean, I know you're talking about the end of the page here, and they're like, oh, we don't want this to run over onto another page. But maybe they could have kept it the same font and maybe highlighted it, and maybe had something like this fire support. There's not that much information here. There's not that much information. Maybe they could have highlighted it. I don't know. Or they could have put it in over here. They got some space here. Or put an asterisk. You know what an asterisk is. You can find it by hitting Shift 8 at the top of your keyboard. That's an asterisk. You put an asterisk down here. Or you put a superscript. You put a 1, a superscript 1 right here. And you put a superscript 1 down here, and people go, oh, okay, well, let me check the superscript if there's a superscript below here. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. I will take that into account. But no, they don't. They don't link this up with this. They just expect you to read. They just expect you to read. Now, see, when I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, incoming. First I gotta draw a random number. So I get my random number. I know it's a mortar. Okay, he's in a trench. So I'm grabbing a mortar guy. I'm grabbing a trench trench marker down here. I'm transporting him over here somewhere. Okay. I forgot just up until like a few seconds ago to grab a mortar fire mission so I can. There's one fire mission left. So that's what that is right there. And then I'm looking over here and I'm going, okay, well, does he, yeah, he puts a -3 VOF on the target, the triggering card. Is he spotted? No. So I got to come over and I got to get a unspotted counter. All right, so I got to do that. And then I got to come over here. He's spotter at max line of sight. So I got to do the max line of sight. No, first what I have to do is I have to find out where he is. His unit placement. He is right front. So initially I put him up here. But then I realized, oh, I didn't roll for initial counter placement. So I did roll, and then I got over here. And because this is on a hill, basically this card can see him and this card can see him. So it doesn't matter. The results were still the same. My squad got pinned. My squad got hit. 2 casualties, which I already evacuated. I have an assault team left. So he's over here. I've done all that. I went through and I resolved the whole combat thing. And then I'm like, well, how many missions do they get? What do I do with them? Like in the next enemy activity segment. What do I do with them? I come over here and I'm looking over here. Well, it doesn't tell me what I do with them. And then I go into the manual, and the manual says that the mission instruction book will tell you what to do with them. I'm like, no, it doesn't. So, I mean, for me, just the manual could be organized better. Could be organized. Just little things like that, right? Now there is an asterisk here. Mine's in heavy machine gun nest, heavy machine gun with 8 ammo. There is also an asterisk here, 8 ammo. It's talking about ammo. So yeah, there is an asterisk right here. Weapons teams are only capable of transporting 6 ammo. Any additional will be left behind if the unit moves. Okay? But why don't you have any type of indication for this? If you're going to do this and put asterisks down here by the ammo because there's special rules or whatever, then put something here to indicate that too. Put, like I said, a superscript, right? You put you put a 1 up here, and then down here you put a 1. Right here you put a 1, and people know, oh, I got to pay attention. There's something I got to look at down here about this. Oh, they have 2 missions. I spent like 20 minutes looking for information on that. But then I had played it earlier today, the same mission, until I totally screwed it up with the orders and with the telephone, with the radios and stuff like that. So I knew I had read this, but I didn't know where. I didn't know. I don't remember if I read it in the manual or if I read it in the advanced training mission that they had. I didn't know where I had read it. I knew I had read something about it, but I wasn't sure what. I'll never forget. I'll never forget this. It's indelibly, well, I'll forget what the numbers are, but I won't forget where it is. I won't forget where I saw it. But I mean, if you're going to use stuff like an asterisk here, then use stuff for this other stuff. If you have special rules or special notations that you can't fit up here, then use something down here. Indicate that there's information about this down below here. Just like you indicated, there's special information about this ammo down here. That's what the asterisk shows. Here's my rant for today. I mean, it's not like the game isn't complicated enough where you have to make it more complicated by having like a rule book that could be better written. Could be. Anyways, I like the game. It's fun. It's complicated. It is. It will melt your brain at some point. My brain's kind of getting melted. I got to go to bed. My got to take my daughter to school in the morning, and I don't think I'm going to play this tomorrow. I'm going to give my brain a break. I'm going to play something easier, Timberborn, I think, because they've got a new thing out, and I'm going to play some Timberborn. So, anyways, I'm going to head out. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me save this, even though I'm probably not going to be back at it for a while. I'm going to save this. Save and load. Save game. Fields of Fire Deluxe. I think I want to rename this folder though. Fields of Fire D. Normandy campaign. Mission 1. Turn. What turn was I on? Turn 2. Alrighty then. Let's go up here. Save game. This is going to be Field of Fire Deluxe root folder. Save slot 59. Do I have unlimited save slots? I'm going to delete this one. Okay, this is the empty one. I'm going to delete this one. What's in this one? Can I just delete the folder? Get rid of this one. I don't need that one. I don't need this one. These are all training missions. I mean, I might have to go back and play through the training missions because this game has given me problems with its complexity. Okay, this is a potential contact system. I got a pretty good grip on that, even though I still sometimes make combat resolution. I kind of got a grip on that one too. Assault course part. I don't need the assault course anymore. I can always start new ones up. Basic training. All right, let's save a game to Fields of Fire Deluxe Edition. We're going to go to Fields of Fire Deluxe. We're going to go to, I'm just going to go to FOF. FOFD. Normandy Campaign. Mission 1. Turn 2. Dismiss M1. D2. I'm going to start of turn 2. So Field of Fire Deluxe, Normandy Campaign, Mission 1, start of turn 2, save. Okay, and that's going to do that. That's going to do that. Main menu. Yes. Yes. Close that. Let's see. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching today. I've been at it for how long have I been down here doing this? 3 hours and 11 minutes without getting up. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody. I had one person in here watching, and then I kind of went on my little rant, and he left. They left. They're just like, the guy's going off on something. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for VOD watchers. Thank you for other people that come in the stream once in a while. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Wherever you are in the wide world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, put yourself in a position to be blessed and be blessed. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.